I want to talk about why I became an artist and how I became an artist. Uh, I suppose I need to take it right back to when I was at school. So at school, I wasn't the most creative kid in the class. I was okay. I could draw-ish. I was great at flowers, actually. And I was not too bad at still life. But I wasn't the best in the class. The teacher would go up to certain kids in the class and kind of squeal. Oh, that's fantastic. That's fantastic. Look at that twiddly iddly bit. It's fantastic. She didn't tend to do that to me. So I never felt I was particularly creative. Anyway, moving on. When I was about 20, 21 maybe, I had been working in a record company and I had been working in a video company, and pretty simultaneously I'd been made redundant, which was not a good feeling. And I found myself feeling very lost and very empty and very sad because I didn't have a purpose. And I used to write in my diary daily, and I stopped because what was I going to say? Woke up feeling fed up. I didn't do much today. I feel lost. I feel anxious. So I stopped writing in my diary. Anyway, long story short, one of those days where I'd woken up feeling pretty bloody awful, I'd gone out in my car to do some errands, and I was driving back via a place called Whitestone Pond. I live in London, and this is in Hampstead, and there's a big hill that leads you up to a pond that's called Whitestone Pond. And then, of course, the big hill also goes down. And as I was driving down that hill, I suddenly thought, you know what? I'm going to go home and I'm going to create something. I'm going to create something so that I can see that I've been alive today, because I am just feeling so low and so flat. And wow, I got home. I found what art materials I had. I did have some good paper and I did have some felt pens. And I just started doodling. I just started making marks and squares and circles, and whoa, my pencil glided across the paper. And then when I'd drawn an array of shapes, I started colouring them in with the felt pen, and on it went. And I think I remember sitting there for a good few hours where I was completely absorbed and focused and engaged and peaceful. Peaceful. The torment that had been going on in my head, the chatter, the uncomfortable feelings were evaporating as I focused on this piece of art. By the end of it, I picked it up and looked at it and thought, wow, wow, I created that. That's my verification that I've been here today and accomplished something. I've created something that didn't exist before. I felt a sense of pride, accomplishment, and actually joy. I hadn't felt joy for a long time. The next day I did the same thing, and the next day I did the same thing, and I became absolutely, well, some would say obsessed, I would say passionate about creating a visual diary of my existence on a daily basis. And as I did it, I began to heal, because I could see that every day had had a purpose. And from that moment on, I knew I would become an abstract artist, that being an artist gave me fulfillment and joy. I've been creating now my whole life since then. My work has obviously improved slightly, I hope, but more than that, being creative always takes me back to a place of peace. That doesn't mean that within a batik or within an artwork there isn't struggle. Of course there is. But there's a purposefulness and a sense of satisfaction and accomplishment when something has come out of me into a 2D form that I have never felt anywhere else.